He did put his father through hell.
Yeah, I caught a
That's what kids
DWI
do.
a few years ago, and the judge and my father gave me an ultimatum. Well, I'm pretty sure it was either jail or a rehab. So
Good for
I
you.
chose the rehab.
Good for you.
And
Good for you.
you know, I escaped, busted out of the rehab, had Billy
You really did?
pick. At one point I went so crazy
Thankfully, I can laugh about it
that
now.
I packed all my bags. Everybody in the rehab was like, "Yo, Jesse, you're crazy. You can't do this right now, bro. They're gonna stop you." Da 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 da. So I'm like this with all my luggage. I even had a friend give me his bag so I can get all my stuff in the bag. And it was like a scene out of Saving Private Ryan with like a medic.
That's great.
And I'm running across this field, and I see him. His lights.
Blue.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Blue.
I
Billy
called
Blue
him
and purple.
on the cell phone that I snuck into the freaking. Long story
but
short.
mind you, he tells me everything's okay. They know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Hey, Jess, you got to do what you have to do.
Gotta do what you gotta
right?
do.
I mean,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Well, how you doing today? Doing
You
good?
know what, today I'm a.
Well, tell them how you met you back.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But you know what? So eventually, my father wasn't having it, and he was not convinced that I am trying to get my act together.
Right. You
Especially
don't come back to the steam room and the jacuzzi and the recording studio and all this kind of stuff until you
Prove to
prove
me.
a little something.
because
But
I
that's
wrecked his car.
And that's understandable, Jesse. You
Hell
know that,
yeah,
right? There
it
are
is, man.
consequences to
You know
decisions we
what?
make, and that's part of growing up.
I used to
you
be,
know.
yeah, it took me a while to grow up, but now I care about a lot more people than myself, to put
Right,
it,
right.
for
And
lack
you-
of better words.
You know what? Life
But-
has so much more to offer, and you're
good.
so talented that
Yeah, man.
to go,
grew up.
to go the
Yeah,
bad
man.
side.
You
is
know
not
what?
good.
Straight up. That's
That's
the
what
only way to
happens.
put it.
You
Yeah.
grow up.
But then I told him, okay, Dad, you know what? I want to change my life. Da 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 da. Obviously, I can't drive. Let me go to try to find a rehab. But that's like kind of not just I'm just locked up, where I can like kind of
Productive.
You know,
Something where
like
you
there's
can try to
there's
be
you know
productive.
there's places. It was called the Phoenix House. You know, I found
yeah.
it in the city. I was like, listen, I can start to work my way back into life in the city. I want to get out to the city because of music, because we're in a little upstate New York.
Okay, Jubank, tell him the real story now.
Yeah. No, and then I went, and then you know, this is where I met you.
Yeah, so you got me telling some of my real life story. All right.
But they
So-
be real, bro. That's how you got to
Yeah.
be. Is
Dude,
real.
I
These two
mean,
have each other's back.
I was,
They do projects.
I got arrested, and I had to do like 4 years in the drug program for drug charges, selling narcotics, and I was in about 2.5 years, going on 3 years into the program to escape a felony, and you know I'm real big on my music. I started focusing on my music and trying to change my life in the program, and you know I'm very big on energy and spirituality. I'm not religious or nothing like that, and you know, I was big on the whole like Masons and everything, you know, Illuminati, all these cats running around talking all this crazy nonsense. And here comes Jesse walking in. And I'm like, everybody's
Here
like, yo.
comes Jesse. That sounds like a title for a good song. Here comes Jesse. But anyway, go ahead.
So Jesse's in there, and I'm very, very, very close. Like, I can just, my separation game is up there, especially when I want to focus on something and get something done, because a lot of people will bring you down. And everybody's like, yo, you got to hear this white kid. Yo, he got great stuff. You should work with him. I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know these other people know me. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, we heard your music. How did you hear my music? Yo, anyway, long story short, they introduced me to Jesse, and I see Jesse, and I just see this wild kid, young kid, free. And then he's like, yeah, you got to hear some music. And he pulls out these CDs and he starts playing. I'm like, and at the time, it's just this real poppy, catchy music. And I love a lot of music. You know, I'm a big 80s fan with 80s movies. So I like a lot of music that's not urban hip-hop. So I'm hearing this stuff, and I'm like, all I keep hearing is like stuff that could be for Britney Spears and all these other great people. And I'm like, what the I got to get this kid. So I'm like, so, you know, my antennas go up, and I'm like, yeah, but can you do this and can you do that? And he is like, yeah. He wasn't cocky, and I was like, oh, I could work with him. And next thing I know, I started, you know, spitting some stuff. I let him hear some music. He got real pumped up and hyped, and he ended up going home. Yeah, he ended up going, he spoke to his father. I don't know what happened. He spoke to his father. He convinced his father to let him come home for a weekend. The boy comes back with this big Mac computer, snuck it into the program.
I
he was
snuck my iMac into the rehab. Every
was
night
like-
I'd come into this rehab, and I'd look, and I'd make sure they're like focused on somebody else signing it, and run up those
He could have
stairs.
just hit it in the back of his pants because they hang down.
No,
back to the back of his
got-
knee.
It's an iMac.
It's
But
a
no,
big
ser-
iMac with, you know.
Seriously, like Jesse came in there, he was really focused. He brought all this equipment, the mic stand and everything. Like we could actually record inside the program. Like I got so inspired. This is true story. I went and brought rosé champagne, Moet, and snuck it into the program.
Yo.
We like videotaped this. Like we could have went to jail for all the stuff that we did. And we revamped our whole style, and like before you know it, like a month later, like 2 months later, we got all these great records, and like we just build the bond, and like we
So
Champagne in the rehab. That's great. I'm loving it.
But you know what? Something good came out of it. Something very good came out of
Something
it.
very
because
amazing.
You succeeded. Hopefully, you guys are clean and in the right direction.
You
know
use
what?
music.
Done is-
We learned a lot,
been through
regardless of
It's a
whether
learning
there's
experience.
things going on or not, in our personal lives. I know that both of us have taken a lot out of just going to, being around people that you can't find anything wrong when there's people just trying to tell you to get into a higher power, and there's a lot of great things in recovery.
It is.
Regardless of how you live your life or what you do, you can't not take great things from it. Because I'll tell you one thing, it reconnected me with my spirituality so much. I
so
I
glad
do
to
what
hear
I
that.
do.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
I'll
For
leave
both
it at
of you.
that.
Once you get
But
it,
I'm
once
glad.
you get it, it works.
That's it, man.
Don't work unless you try it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Truthfully.
Wow.
work.
Since we're
So work it.
do I have to
Yeah.
tell you my whole real true story now too? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do we have time for my
Come
true
on,
story?
Janet.
Oh, no. Actually, I don't have a real.
She was a hooker in Brooklyn, right?
I suppose anyone
Forget about Joe over here, man.
And you were the John. That was the John.
Come on, everybody's going to confess
I
tonight.
spent so much money. I said, let me marry this girl.
This show is actually going to be called True Confessions.
Yeah. True confessions. I think we have to go to a commercial.
I think we do. But we're going to be back. These guys are great and funny. I'm learning some great stuff about you. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thanks.
Like so many people, are your finances tight lately? Afraid to open your mail or even answer your phone? Well, take heart. You don't have to live like that. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you can join the thousands of folks who have used safe and effective government-insured reverse mortgages. The government-insured reverse mortgages from Long Island's Senior Reverse Network allow you to stay in your home and turn equity into tax-free cash. Our government-insured reverse mortgages can eliminate mortgage payments, credit card balances, or just improve your lifestyle. Do yourself a favor and solve these problems now. Call the Senior Reverse Network, and our advisors will answer all of your questions about our reverse mortgage programs. We've helped scores of senior Long Island homeowners like you who now enjoy a worry-free retirement. Get the financial security and peace of mind you've dreamed about. Pick up the phone and call us at the Senior Reverse Network now to set up a free consultation.
Call 1-800-985-REVERSE. That's 1-800-985-7383.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
We're going to fuck it up by tonight.
Hey,
We're back. Hey!
we love these commercial breaks because we do a lot more chattering than you guys unfortunately don't
I
get
think
to
I got
hear.
caught in the middle talking about it.
Yeah, but we
cursing,
have
but-
fun stuff. I'm having a great time tonight, you guys. I'm so thankful you're here. Jesse, if you
Welcome
can,
back to True Confessions.
That's right. The Soluri True Confessions Hour. If you can introduce our one last guest tonight.
Oh,
and
Mr.
your
Billy.
friends.
Mr. Billy Blue, he's got a. Yeah,
Oh, he's got
all good
one.
to go.
Hi,
Yeah,
Billy
just
Blue
click
and
that right
Purple.
there.
How are you, honey?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Well,
Thanks for being here.
Billy Blue
Thanks
with
for having
purple.
me.
I love it. I love it, my man. I heard you Billy singing Blue's earlier. another one, you know?
Dude.
These two guys were going down such a slippery slope.
Well, wait, hold up.
telling you.
Me, Billy and I met in what, 8th grade? 7th, 6th
I
grade?
forgot how long
Wait,
ago.
where'd you guys grow up? What
We
town?
both grew up in Minnesink, a
upstate.
small
Upstate.
town
Upstate.
in upstate New York
Okay.
called Minnesink, New York, specifically Westtown.
Shout
Put
out
it
to
on
Orange
the
County.
map.
Are you guys still in Minnesink?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in the
currently,
town of Minnesink.
I am
Oh,
back up
Minnesink.
Give
there.
a shout out to the
Minnesink.
people at home,
Yeah,
man.
shout out to, Orange County, Middletown.
Warwick.
City,
Middletown.
Warwick, everybody putting it down up there doing their thing, man. That's what we rep. And, Billy and I both went to Minnesink schools, which they hated me. Probably still do. But that's okay.
Just a
everybody,
little.
everybody changes.
And they hated Biggie,
That's
too.
right.
You know what,
But
man?
Billy cleaned up his deal too, man. It's just like a
Talk about.
True
We've been
confessions,
through a
please.
lot, and I'll tell you what, we've been through sobriety, not sobriety, back to sobriety.
On the wagon, off the
You
wagon.
want to not,
in
you
the
don't want to
wagon,
know
under
how
the
we
wagon.
got our first
Pretty
album
much.
written. Our first album got
I
wrote
do
We
want to
wrote
know.
our first album in 16 days. No, I'm sorry, 11 days, 16
with
songs.
the more pot and
Alcohol
beer
than-
than you could imagine.
It worked,
He's
right?
half the size he was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Both of us.
Really?
he went back
Really?
to college, went through college, the whole deal.
Yeah, I got my associates.
Lot of
I'm going back
respect
for my
over there.
bachelor's in business management. But to tell you the truth, I would never even have gotten into music if it wasn't for Jesse. I'm very lucky to know such a talented person, such a talented family. And honestly, the only reason I produce, the only reason I write music and do music at all is because I grew up friends with him, and somehow we just ended up in the studio so many times. We got on the microphone one
It
night
would be
and
jokes. We would get
So you're a
hang out
voc-
as
you're a
kids and just
vocalist.
record rap.
yeah, and a writer. We
And-
produced
he's
together.
Oh no, he's
What-
he's
what
a
do you
very
have? You
talented
guys- you
writer,
guys have-
producer.
Oh, we're the
Intergalactic
Intergalactic Outlaws.
That is us.
We're the
Intergalactic
EDM
Outlaws.
group. We have what, like 3 or 4 CDs full?
Right, and where can
Yeah.
people hear it?
Well, I
That's
was just gonna say,
exactly-
you know what? I might as well say it all right now. Marty, he goes by. He's one of my artists that I produce. You can check out Marty at martycoopersmith.com.
I
That's
did two
Coopersmith,
two
K-U.
CDs with him.
Right?
And, of course, I can't sell them at the Jamie American gigs.
Right.
But-
But they're on his
And
album's on
I'm proud of
Bandcamp.
them.
And there's
Just,
oh yeah.
Just
Where can we get them? Where can we get them?
Yeah, if somebody
we
wants
can
to
get
buy
them at
them, where?
Bandcamp. You can go to
Band-
martycoopersmith.com.
Bandcamp,
And,
Coopersmith. I
if you
just
just go to the downloads.
Kupersmith.
Thank you, because some
Not
people might not be sure of that.
Cooper.
Good.
It's
also
Cooper like
for
super.
Manhattan Nights, Jesse plays in a band called The Sins, Cynz.
Yeah, I'm playing drums
Sunday
for
night,
them
he's
right
playing
now.
drums for them at Otto's Shrunken Head in the East Village.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, little punk
always,
club.
always fun.
And we also
So-
might be going to Sweden in April.
Yeah.
for a
Sweden.
week, so-
And that's a punk band?
Yeah,
Punk
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
punk,
gonna- they're gonna
rock,
open up for-
AC/DC, really
Oh,
rock.
really? Oh,
Mosh pit, the whole
not
nine.
We have to come and hear
I
you.
know, yeah,
more
Definitely.
rock.
It's more
More rock.
roll,
More rock.
man.
Good.
It's really
Good.
cool stuff.
See, I love
cool.
that stuff.
Almost
We definitely have to come check
Stones-esque.
the band out one
Rolling
night.
Stones, but yeah, man, and you can also check out the song. The song I'm doing tonight is called Forever. It's about my mom who passed when I was 17 to ovarian cancer. Pepe's wife.
Yes.
Our
That's
loved-
true. Yes, not a different
Yeah.
mother with.
No.
Right,
Right.
Same,
Yeah.
same
That's 8
deal
years
here.
ago.
Oh no, it was a
Nah.
different world until my mom passed, man. I grew up in a very structured family. It was very family oriented, and now I
Yeah,
now I
Mom
see a
went-
crazy
yeah,
rock
oh,
star.
oh,
man.
Everything. Mom went. Dad was a pushover, and he
Yeah.
just was like off the hook.
Mom held it together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she was the glue. man.
Mom sang on my first album that I did
Yeah.
with
Is she?
with
Yes,
Oh,
she
Mom
really?
had a
did.
voice
She's
and a half.
musician also? Wow.
And,
She was a great singer.
And her name was?
And a beautiful.
Her name was Melissa Van Dedman, and
Willie.
Willie Blue.
Willie Blue was
Castro,
her stage
Melissa
name.
Castro.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so you can get anything. I have numerous amounts of stuff on just jessecastro.bandcamp.com.
Right.
And,
And what are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. If you just Google Jesse Castro, my Facebook, my everything, I have my SoundCloud.
That picture of you popped up there, and they just like
Yeah, no,
they
yeah,
friend you. Right?
yeah, no, it's all there. But
This is like a transference thing for me.
Yeah,
It's
my
like,
thing
I'm
goes
so used to
to
talking
his.
about myself, and it's like, okay, I'm going. He's getting stronger. I'm getting weaker.
I'm melting!
But yeah, the Intergalactic Outlaws. We have the intergalacticoutlaws.bandcamp.com, where you can hear our single "Lost in the Magic," which was written and produced by Marty Cooper Smith and
Oh,
myself.
And he put a rap on it that I hadn't heard till today.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's how would you describe the type of music, the genre that?
You'll hear
like,
it. It's
You know what? It's kind of like, I'd say
electronic dance.
it's almost like a new disco
dance, kind of
funk. It's real funky.
It's
It's
Jesse
got like,
Castro
it's,
stuff.
yeah,
That's
man.
great. You have to get-
It's got some elements.
It's
MDMA,
madhouse material.
It's
madhouse material.
Complextro.
It's definitely madhouse material.
All
Now,
those subgenres, whatever you
Now,
wanna
the
call it,
funniest
it's
thing
fun.
for me, is like, swing over to Jubang, right? Look at, there he is. Hey!
Hey,
Every
Jew.
time I see this guy, my son's with him, and there's not a white face around. It's Jesse, it's Jubang, and all the brothers, you know. And I'm like, I'll
he's the
come down and
cracker,
say
right?
hi, and they're
He's
like,
the
oh yeah,
cracker.
man, you're the dude. Oh man, hey, oh hello, you're the kid brother. Oh. He comes out here to White Landia, and he's like, where am I, man?
He's chilling, yo. He's having a good time.
Nice.
I think it's great.
Well,
You
listen,
each
but
bring something
Jubang's
to
great.
I
it.
want to get into this, Jesse. You growing up, with your dad being so popular,
Yeah, man.
hit records on the scene for so long. I mean, you've met a lot of musicians, man, right?
I grew up.
Ace Frehley.
I've jammed with Ace Frehley. I have pictures where I'm
Oh, too
held,
bad we don't have.
held as a
Wow.
baby by Paul
Actually,
Stanley.
wait a second.
Wait a
Gene.
second.
Can you help us out with this,
Does that
Gene?
sound familiar?
Yeah, anything you can do for us here?
Jesse.
Oh, there they are. Jesse, give us
Oh, there we
that's
go.
you and
Awesome. That's me with Ace.
There
You're
you
going to
go.
commentary for us.
That's
Go ahead,
awesome.
Now, I'm in Ace's book.
Courtesy?
I have the distinct
Awesome.
notoriety of I taught Ace how to play.
I remember you
Not
said
only
that.
did I
That's
teach my
amazing.
son how to play,
Oh, look,
I
who's
taught
this?
Ace
Who's
Frehley.
this?
I started off Ace
Who do we have
Frehley on
there?
guitar. So
Is
who
that
else
Richie
we have?
Havens?
Oh, there's Richie
Richie
Havens.
Havens?
Oh, God bless,
Right?
man.
Richie
God bless
Havens.
Richie.
Yeah, God bless Richie. What a spiritual leader he was.
And
That was
What else we got?
that was one of my father's favorite.
That was you
artists.
when you played Don Hills?
Oh, okay. That's me
At
at Don
16 years
Hills
old?
At 16.
Okay.
see,
Man.
thanks, courtesy of Peppy tonight. Thank you for the photos.
Yeah.
Peppy.
Yeah,
There-
man.
there you go.
Oh, wow.
There's oh, look,
The
that
times
is
have
the first
changed.
original Barnaby by T-shirt.
Look at
Oh,
me.
that he's wearing.
fabulous,
All right.
fabulous.
I did that for Karma as well. I said, oh, this is your first gig?
What's
There
this?
You're
you
wearing
go.
that.
Awesome.
What's this one?
And that-
Can we see what this
What,
is?
oh, I can't see,
I
man.
can't even see that. What is that?
We can't see
I
either
think that's
from
with
here.
Steven Tyler.
Oh, possibly.
Oh,
with
yeah, yeah,
Steven
yeah, yeah.
Tyler?
That's
Yes.
Jesse's mom in the
Steven
back.
Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Jesse's
And Jesse got to
mom.
bring a few friends
Okay,
Oh, here we go.
fabulous.
to backstage
Little
at an
Steve?
Aerosmith show.
Oh, that one was probably
that
Little
was little
Steven.
Steven.
Yeah.
Just came up there, little Steven. There's Martha Plimpton.
Lumpton.
Okay.
Shelley
We hung out with
Plimpton's
Mike
daughter.
Myers that night. Fucking Austin.
Yeah, that was
Power.
Mike
Austin
Myers.
Powers, yeah,
And
awesome.
that's me and Jesse at the Bolton at a
Yes,
Barnaby
at
Bye
Barnaby
show,
Bye
Very
show.
good.
doing a cameo. There's
that was after
there's
a
Jesse
hair
and Big
reunion.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Big
Uh,
pussy.
Vinny-
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
Vinny
him
Pussy,
too. I have a picture of
right?
Big
Story.
Pussy too.
And
Wow.
and there's Paul Stanley
Wow.
holding Jesse as a
As
little
a
tiny baby.
baby. I
Oh,
love
man.
it. And this is,
Oh, and
what
there's
is
Jesse
this?
on the
And there's
toilet.
Jesse on the toilet. Listen,
Superboy. You got me toilet bowl.
TV.
I love it. I love it.
TV. They got
We'll
me.
come back to more pictures.
now
Oh,
that's
man.
a poster, Blues Magoo, right? What is
Oh,
this
there's
now?
an old
Oh, yeah,
one
you
there,
know,
right?
that's the fight. That we'll come
No,
back
that-
to those.
Yeah, we'll
Wow.
come back to these after.
Some fun stuff there.
I
We're
do
gonna come
want to
back to those,
comment.
Janine.
I do want to comment on the picture on the toilet bowl. Sorry to say.
Oh, boy.
Those pajamas, and if I could have dug up a picture quick enough, my son, did it have a little cape that velcroed onto the back?
I believe it.
My
Mine,
son-
mine
my-
still does.
I lost the cape.
My
'Cause
twins
I
had
lose
those
everything.
pajamas.
We
and when I saw that
I
picture,
took him.
just-
Oh, and this is so
He
funny
took me
too.
to Puerto Rico. That's
I
where
took
that
him
was.
to Puerto Rico with
remember.
my wife and an Irish nanny. And don't you know who showed up at our door last night?
The Whoa.
The Irish
nice.
nanny after 10, 20 years or something
She
ridiculous.
shows up at your door.
At our house yesterday. I thought I
at
was
our house,
being
unannounced. She didn't have a number on us. It was, Jesse, it's Michelle. You know, it's a, Jesse.
Wow.
Hey, she didn't want to change your diaper, did she?
And so she used to take him all around. We bought him this little Superman outfit, and he walked around the condado and all around Puerto Rico for the whole time in his little, we called him Jippy Caramello, was his Puerto Rican
I actually
nickname.
wrote a song. He calls me Jippy Caramello. You know I'm his little. Oh my God.
He does, it's hysterical.
Oh my God.
Well, I love it. That picture.
That's all right.
reminded me
He
of my
wrote
boys.
Jessie Girl.
Yeah.
We've got a project on deck too. I finally decided that we made a pact that after all these years and everything, he's 25 now, we're going to do something together. We're going to call it the Happy Rockefellers.
Oh, he dropped it.
Nice.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know Happy Rockefeller, the story about that with the Governor Rockefeller.
No, I don't. But I'm
Well,
hoping
he
you're gonna
died
tell
having
us.
a heart attack on his mistress. Yeah. In his mistress' bed, Governor Rockefeller, and his wife's name was
Died
Happy.
in the saddle.
So
Her name was
we're kind of
Happy?
straddling that in there and rock. So the Happy Rockefellers is just like that's us.
That's
you
great.
go.
That's great. That's great.
We're gonna go that route.
I'm loving it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So I
That's
want to take some
fantastic.
of his comical material.
Uh-huh.
He's got songs about titties. He's
Yeah.
got songs about. Oh my God.
So what about jingles? Because Dad was a big jingle guy.
You know,
had
I'm
a
working
very
with some
great
people
career with
from
that.
some licensing companies. You know, I'm always trying. Personally, I would love to get my music in video games and action films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
we
like,
haven't even
really
knocked on those
theatric.
doors yet, or
Yeah.
even done any of that.
Well, you know what? You're so young. You
But,
still have a whole lifetime and so
But
much.
he's
that
got a
you're gonna
company
do.
in
Yeah,
LA
you know.
he's working with on licensing.
Good.
You know, his
Fantastic.
material, a lot of TV soundtrack.
You know, last night I was watching Family Guy. You watch Family
Oh, I
Guy?
love
doesn't know?
Seth,
But,
Seth Green.
Seth-
I
yeah.
thought of you because Peter
McFarlane.
said,
McFarlane.
"Hi, Menon."
No, did he?
Yeah, I was dying on
Yes,
that.
that's one of my-
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
that's cool. Yeah,
If the audience doesn't know, I did jingles for decades and decades
yeah.
and decades.
And Brian
And
Manning was
Big,
one.
and By Menon was one of them for like 15
Menon.
years. And it was
You
just-
did Bounty,
oh my
Juicy
God,
Fruit, the
everything.
taste,
Yeah.
the taste, the
I-
taste.
it-
is gonna
there was
move
so
ya.
I've done so many jingles that I would literally walk into a ShopRite or an A&P or something like that, and I'd walk around the aisles and I go, now what haven't I done?
Right.
Because
look
over
around.
20-something years, there's so many that came under my nose, and we were a writers co-op. So there were like maybe 4 or 5 writers, and if each guy won 5 or 6 national spots, then we were all singing on 30 national spots every
Right.
year.
Right.
And
The whole business
was a-
changed.
it was a great life, great
Can't
income.
do it anymore.
Let me stay home and be his dad. I didn't have to tour. I didn't have to
Right.
run around.
I remember
and,
saying
and you
that
had
when
to
you
be
were on the show
really
last time.
sharp, because only the best people in the world got to do jingles.
Well, you won awards for that too.
Yeah, I
Right.
have awards.
And I know, Jesse, you are
So he's
following in his footsteps. You have a whole big career.
He's a
ahead of
very,
you.
he's
And
a
I
very
know-
confused individual.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like you have your hands into everything, and that's good because
Yeah.
there's so many different outlets. You can, obviously very talented. So
He's
you
like
take your
he's like a
inspirations
jack of
and-
all trades, and he's actually mastered some of them. you
That's
know?
nice.
And a 25,
kinda- yeah,
that
a
ain't so
25, so
shabby,
it's-
right?
It's in his
What, you
blood.
know what? It's what I love to do.
It's better than being
It's
a
like I
jack
started
off,
him off
right?
on drums, right? I won't even
I've been
sit
that for a
down
long
on a
time.
See?
I started
Which
him
is
off
better.
on drums.
How old? How old? How old? We never said that. How old were you when you first sat behind a kit?
Oh,
and
3
started
years
playing?
old.
3.
Yeah, but he
3.
didn't.
Gotta love that.
He didn't get his first beat down.
Yeah, until I was around 3 or 4.
No, you were much older. When he was 3, 4, I was like, no, Dad, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know?
Maybe.
This was-
It
hit
wasn't
the
until
drum.
he was 8 that he got.
Yeah, three.
Once he
3 or
got
4, he was
one
hitting the
groove
drums, not
pattern
playing
down,
them.
what happened was once he got a groove pattern down, then all those records he spent years and years and years listening to, he broke down all the parts in his head. And all of a sudden, he was like playing in a year like a guy who'd been playing for 13 years. You know what I
Wow.
mean? It was just like, how'd you figure it out? Oh, the record, Dad, the record. I was like, whoa. So he's like off the charts when it
So
comes
did you
to that stuff.
did you look up to Mike Riccadella?
Oh,
Because-
Mike,
oh, yeah, he
my
loves
whole
Mike.
childhood, Mike. There's been
He's
2
an
drummers that I
amazing
used to
drummer.
see personally.
Scarangella.
Jack Scarangella, man.
Jack was another one. Yeah.
That guy used
Scarangella,
to come.
Riccadella.
Yeah, both
Italian boys.
both drummers to Barnaby By.
Yeah.
Right.
Jack Scarangella was the
was,
original
was
drummer.
the original, yeah.
To Barnaby By.
In the beginning, yep.
You know,
That's
and
when Mike was with the Illusion? Or?
And
Yeah.
well, yeah, and Joey Kramer would come by and send me zillion
Aerosmith.
drum packs for him, and
oh,
I mean, just
God
all
bless
this kind
Joey.
of stuff.
As a kid growing up, he hooked me up with like zillion A customs and.
Growing up, who was your favorite band? I mean, who did you really love more than I? We all had a favorite band.
Depends on the
Favorite
year.
band? Oh.
I mean, he went from
God.
Insane Clown Posse to I mean,
No,
he went
but
all
like,
over the place.
but like growing up, always I
Yeah,
was
somebody that you
always
always
as a
listened
little
to.
kid. One of the first impacts on me as a little kid, I'd have to say. First, it was Aerosmith's "Dream On"
Yeah.
and Tom Petty.
Yeah,
They
Tom
rock-
Petty's
yeah.
great. Tom
Free
Petty's
fall,
very
free
talented.
falling, and "Dream On" till
Okay.
until I got my own
It
head.
was like a ballad song,
and then
right?
and then at like 6, 7 years old, I heard "Keep the Heads Ringing" by Dr. Dre. I think the first Friday movie just dropped. And I was so obsessed with hip hop as a little boy. I used to stand, my father he had a triplex apartment on 24th Street, and I would stand in front of this TV and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I was obsessed with Crisscross. I wanted to wear my pants backwards, just like Crisscross. I had to have my pants backwards at like 3 years old. I wanted my pants backwards. I wanted to be like Crisscross.
Now you just wear them down past your butt now.
Oh yeah,
You got your own thing going on.
but no, man.
He
So,
had an identity crisis today as to what to wear.
not really.
Because it was like
I was gonna wear one thing,
it
and
was
you
like,
told me to
it was
wear
like,
black. So I
what
wore
genre
black.
was he going to be in? You know what I mean?
Not really.
I
That's
said, well,
his
Jesse, that's
perception.
kind of like the geek looking thing. I said, this at least like you look a little bit like a mad dog with the eyeglasses and a little bit
I don't
of
think of that
rock, a
far
little
into
bit
it,
of
man.
this, a little bit of that.
He's here for the music, right,
just
Jesse?
wa-
Yeah.
So
Don't
now,
give a shit what
so
you're
now
wearing.
Your band with Blue.
Oh, I was
Your
just gonna say we kind of got
drums?
sidetracked. No, Billy and I, as we were talking, grew up writing, and we write songs. I guess we really came full circle when I was producing and working on this album for an artist on his friend's label called Viper Records, and his name is Akir, A-K-I-R. Always keep it real, and he's like right-hand man's with Immortal Technique, who's on the label. Great hip hop artist, one of the best of our generations, in my opinion. Yeah. And
Tech.
Yeah, Tech, man. He's got the stuff. And Billy and I were just, really, we started this group. Originally, I had it with my friend Scott Lupicello. We played with the idea of the name, the Intergalactic Outlaws, and we wrote some stuff. And it kind of, didn't work out. And Billy and I kind of just grew into just, we kind of just adapted the project more than anything, and made a whole new thing out of it, and just kept going and kept going. And it's electronic. It's fully electronic based. It is a party, balls to the wall.
So now,
party, good time.
I know, like Madonna's story. She pounded the pavement. She slept on streets. She knew
Right.
she had something, and she wasn't going to stop until she
Right.
got what
She
she
was
wanted to
possessed.
be. I mean, but
was
you know what? You
possessed.
got to give her credit because she knew what she was going to do. She did it. She didn't stop. But she used to, I don't know if you saw the movie on her. She went into the clubs and she kept giving them discs of her. Can you guys, is your stuff in the clubs yet that you can give
You know
DJs
what?
your
It's
stuff?
not. It's not. It circulates around through a couple of local DJs and stuff. But you know what? It's just very recently that I've kind of gotten a completely different head about life and really come into a different personality. And it's like, I kind of used to always be in a rush, and my head was so in my own head, I guess, and I was always, worried about a lot of things, tons of
Right.
anxiety, tons of.
Now, do you play out with it, or you're just studio?
We have, for right now, it is just studio, and we have played out. We actually opened up for Barnaby By one time on a cruise that they did.
Yeah.
And, we've played out at some local places. That cruise was an
That cruise?
experience.
Oh, wait, is there a confession?
And that's the fun stuff with Jubang too, because see, Jew's very focused.
Yeah,
He's
very
really
focused
he's really
individual.
strong where Jesse's weak. Yeah, because Jesse's got so much
Whatever
stuff in his brain.
Together, I think we're business. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. And Jew is always like, Jesse. It's like, he sounds like me. It's like he takes on my role.
What I love about Jesse is that Jesse is a mastermind. And what happens is, a lot of the time when you're a mastermind, you need other masterminds around you to balance out. And when I first met Jesse, I had to be in control of everything. That's who I was with everybody, because nobody had the set structure. When I met Jesse, Jesse was the first person to confront me on that matter.
Because
He didn't do
it
in a
takes one to know one.
Right.
So.
And he didn't do it in a disrespectful way.
Two
which
control
made it
freaks.
Yeah, well,
very
you got to come to
comfortable
some
balance
balance
out.
like that. 'cause you
Don't
can't
get me
have two.
wrong. We had our
Like
ups and
that.
downs with the situation.
Right.
We would bicker. Jesse be like, I don't never let any artist tell me what to do in the studio. You're not going to tell me about the mics and the volume. And I'm like, Jesse, I'm the artist. I came with the whole idea. I know exactly what I want. You're supposed to be the master behind the music. If I tell you something, you're supposed to be able to do it. Jesse was like, well, you know what? Maybe you're right. All right. I'm going to give it a try.
Hey,
but
you
if it's
guys are
not,
good
I'm going
for
to
each
scratch
other.
it.
Now
I'm
you
going to
worked
scratch
it
it.
out, but
It's crazy.
And
I-
you know what's the great part about
No, it's
Jesse
okay.
is that Jesse can jump into any genre. Jesse could come to any type of melody and present a mastermind quality.
Well-
and he is just superior with whatever he does. And any area he does.
On that note, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I know there's so much we could talk about.
Right, no.
But I want to hear the music, and if we don't go to a commercial break and get you guys on the stage, and I
Okay.
want to hear everything you want to show us
Sounds
tonight,
great,
and we need that
guys.
time for it. So,
So
we're
we're-
gonna, and I'm sorry that I
Right,
interrupted
we're
you.
leaving.
problem.
We're leaving
We'll be
this set.
babbling up on there
Yeah.
anyway.
We're gonna
Somebody's
take a
set
quick
up the
break.
songs.
Real,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I was going to say real quick before we do play, I just wanted to give everybody the links again. You know,
Please.
it's again, if you want to hear any of the music that we do tonight, it's you can check out the last song that we do on on theintergalacticoutlaws.bandcamp.com, and the first song that I do you can check out on jessicastro.bandcamp.com as well. And what I'm doing with Jubang tonight, it is not released yet.
No.
So it is an
It is
exclusive.
now.
This is an exclusive release that
That's
we're doing
wonderful.
on
I'm
TV
glad that
for you
it's here
guys.
tonight on our show.
New
Awesome.
studio release of a song.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Everything.
It don't get
Everybody's
better
gonna
than
look for
this.
it. It's fabulous. We heard you guys warming up. This stuff is really great. Let's
Thank
take a
you.
quick commercial break and get these guys on the stage. We'll be right back, so stay in your seats.
Awesome.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
And we are back in the Madhouse, the Soluri No Guts, No Glory Hour. And I am so happy and thrilled to introduce to my left Mr. Jesse Castro and his dad Pepe. And they're about to do a song that Jesse wrote called Forever. So take it away, guys.
Thank you so
There
much.
you go. This,
Thank you so much.
yeah, you want to say how you wrote this or what the deal is?
Well, yeah, you know, I actually wrote this in a rehab where I was very clear and had a lot of time to sit with my thoughts, and it's about my mother. God rest her soul.
Yep, rest in peace, Willie Blue.
Here we go.
Okay, go.
1, 2, 3, and. So much time we spent together. You're like a bird, I'm like a feather, a piece of your heart, a piece of your heart. I can feel you in the wind. I can feel you everywhere. I know you're watching your baby turn to a man. I just wish that you could be here, so let me hold your hand. You are the sky, you are the rain that crashes down, and you live forever now. I miss the talks, I miss the way you'd boost my self-esteem, and how you tell me all my dreams can come true. Every day is sunny when I'm with you. I just need you to hold my hand. You are the sky, you are the rain that crashes down, and you live forever now. Yes, you live forever now. 3 years old, felt like the world was at my feet, so cold. You were always there to rescue me. When I'm with you, I feel complete. So please just hold my hand. You are the sky, you are the rain that crashes down, and you live forever now. Yes, you live forever now.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy it.
Juben Castro.
I pray to God she say yes when I pop the quest. We the best, we the best, everything more, nothing less. No in between like jeans, you ain't gotta guess. Girl, you're the only one for me, yeah, girl. No one that I'd rather be with, girl. Cause I love to kick it with you. Do the things we do, cause I love loving you. Like, girl, you're the only one for me, yeah, girl. No one that I'd rather be with, girl. Cause I love to kick it with you. Do the things we do, cause I love loving you. Like, you the love of a lifetime. Forget the money, you the only thing on my mind. Photographic memory, kid, less if the love blind. Son, you my moving over, letting her shine. For starters, appetizing, she after me. What can I say? Entree, bon appetit. I thank the Lord, she let me be her provider. My God is to make me feel like a G. Come on, girl, you're the only one for me, yeah, girl. No one that I'd rather be with, girl. Cause I love to kick it with you. Do the things we do, cause I love loving you. Like, girl, you're the only one for me, yeah, girl. No one that I'd rather be with, girl. Cause I love to kick it with you. Do the things we do, cause I love loving you. Like, shorty sweet, like Haagen-Dazs. Look at me, I love them eyes. Ice cream, you my pint size. I know you the one that'll ride for me. But give birth, don't die for me. Smile, girl, don't cry for me. G6, get fly me. Kanye, Lupe, and touch the sky with me. Girl, you're the only one for me, yeah, girl. No one that I'd rather be with.
Fast riders do bang.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
I'm sexy and I know it.
Aye.
Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
Yeah. This is, what do we call this thing?
Actually, this is a record that's being put out by the Intergalactic Outlaws.bandcamp.com. If you want to check the record out, we got it up there for 99 cents. And featuring Marty Coopersmith and tonight Pepe Castro.
Yeah, and Marty, who you would never believe an original from Jay and the Americans
Wrote the
is
song.
capable of writing something like this.
Yeah.
But this is what happens when him and Jesse get together. Here we go.
Here we go.
I found you when I wasn't looking. It was magic when you looked at me and said, hey boy, what you doing? I said, whatever. You said, come along with me. There was magic in the light. There was magic in your eyes. There was magic all around, and now I'm lost. It's the magic of the night. Lost. It's the magic of the night. Yeah, I'm lost. It's the magic of your love. Okay. Here we go. I don't wanna be found as long as you're around. As long as the love surrounds us, you and me, we can be lost in the magic. Lost in the magic. Billy Blue, here we go. I feel my bliss all breaking. I don't know if you're wicked, pagan, or I'm totally mistaken, but I do know you are taken me on a journey, drifting through the fire. No one in the back, but I got you on my lap. It really is a pain to have you lost in the magic, driving me crazy. Lost in the magic. There was magic in the night. There was magic in your eyes. There was magic all around, and now I'm lost. It's the magic of the night. magic.
Yeah, man.
A rather eclectic collection of tunes.
Well, I just want to say thank you again to Jesse and Peppy and Marty and Blue and Ju, who's outside right now.
Ju-Bang's outside. You guys
And,
did a great job, man.
Ju-Bang,
Come on, Ju-Bang,
Come
let's
on
go,
up here.
baby. And I just want to remind you
Great
guys
job,
that
great
tomorrow
job,
night, Marty and Peppy will be at Queens College. They'll be with Jay Black and the Americans.
Jay
so
and the Americans.
Jay and the
Jay,
Americans.
Jay and the Americans. So try to come out and see them. It's going to be a great show. And next week, we're going to have Joe Pomerico, who is a filmmaker, an independent filmmaker, indie film. So definitely tune in next week. And again, you guys, you're awesome. The songs were great.
Also want to give a shout out to Mike Corleone, who's boxing Thursday night in Queens. We're going to be out there to see you. He's got tickets. You can go on my website. You can go on his Facebook and,
Forget
and
about it.
get him.
Forget about it.
Thanks for tuning in. You guys, thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah,
It was a
can I-
great
Thank
show. We
you.
love you guys. Thank you. Madhouse,
Hey.
peace out. Have a
Tomorrow night,
great
Queens
weekend.
College.
Can we say one thing? Monday night, the Delancey, Manhattan, New York. Come check out me and Jesse Castro performing.
Whoa, we got-
all right, and also Black
got Friday,
Black
Saturday,
Thorn
Sunday, Monday
on
now.
Tuesday the 16th. Come check us out, 105.1. All right.
Very
All
good.
right.
Good night,
There
you
we
guys.
go.